think everyone knows that for all of us in government, we live in what can only be kindly referred to as challenging times on both the national and the state levels. And for those of us at the local level who are out every day having to actually be accountable for our actions and who want to partner and get things done, it certainly has provided some interesting atmospherics and some interesting times for us in terms of moving forward. So I kind of put it in that context, and really the only one additional comment that I want to make on that subject. So if you hadn't noticed, we have a gubernatorial election this year. We also have the entire legislature up for re-election or election. And I can't stress how important it is to everyone here, whatever your affiliation, whoever your favorite candidate. I think we all can hopefully agree that we need a really significant shakeup in Trenton. I hope you've noticed that. That's on both the legislative and administrative forums. And I hope that you all will be part of that. When you see candidates for office, you should ask them very serious questions. You should bring up to them the very serious issues that we have in the state of New Jersey. And certainly as people who are involved in our business community or care about our business community, I can't imagine that you don't have very serious questions and concerns yourselves. So I ask all of you to commit to that. It is really important that we go into 2018 with a solutions-oriented approach, with an understanding of the very serious problems in our state, and have honest discussions about how all of us together, regardless of your party, are going to work together to resolve them, because New Jersey is a great state. It's got resources that are outstanding. It's got an enviable location. It's got a tremendous labor force and wonderful local officials. And we need your help. We need your help. We need for everybody to go forward into the new year. And we need to make a change in New Jersey. And we need to make this the great state that it can be. So please do that. Okay, so let's now talk about East Windsor. And people ask me, how's everything in East Windsor? And frankly, everything in East Windsor is really great. The town, if you haven't noticed, is booming. And the municipal government is financially very strong and very dynamic. So we are very excited about our recent years. We're very excited as we go forward into this year. So I decided to do something a little different this year. And I'm going to talk about the top 21 in East Windsor. So why 21? I don't know, it sort of seemed like a transformational number. It's often been an age of maturity in many countries where you get to do things. And it's the winning number in blackjack. So, So I figured that was a good enough reason to arbitrarily pick 21. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk about the top 21 in East Windsor, because we have so much great things in East Windsor that I needed to limit it somehow, and that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in an order, but I don't necessarily hold to the order in terms of it making an editorial statement about the quality or importance of any particular project or business or undertaking. But let's start with number one. So number one in East Windsor, which I have to say as mayor, is the fact that once again in 2017 that we have no tax increase in our municipal budget. Thank you. That means for 5 consecutive years that we have in the municipal government had the same rate. And the other thing that I think is pretty amazing, you'll have to admit, is that the municipal portion of the tax bill is under 15% of the total tax bill. And you won't find very many towns that can say that. We have one of the lowest tax amounts to support our municipal government, and yet we still supply a high level of service. We have a very low debt, one of the many reasons that we are able to sustain this. We also are very proactive about seeking out monies, about cooperative purchasing, And one of the things that we have implemented the full year of in 2017, and these are the kinds of initiatives that are helpful to us, is that we have changed up our dispatch service. And as a result, we have a direct savings of over $600,000 over a 5-year period. Plus, we have an additional dispatcher, which values over $400,000 over that 5-year period. So basically, we have a value of over $1 million that we've been able to experience by changing up our dispatch, which includes a shared service with Heightstown Borough. So number one, always our number one. Number two is the former National Lead site redevelopment. We are very excited about that. If you look over to my right, you'll see the very first board are the elevations, and the second board gives you an idea of the site layout. This is located over on Wyckoff Mills Road in East Windsor. It's east of the Turnpike, north of Route 133. The proposed project is 635,000 square feet. And for those of you who are not familiar with the site, there are buildings on the site that go back to 1962 and 1975. National Lead left that site in the late 1980s, and it has sat for the most part dormant, very deteriorated, dilapidated area. The project has moved forward. The site at this point has been cleaned up, and for those of you who remember that rusty tower that stood high above our town, it is gone, and the new project is on its way. And so that's a very exciting development for our township. It will reap, obviously, lots of money, lots of new jobs, and an incredibly new look for that area. Number three is Aurobindo. Aurobindo gets an A and a B, actually. So Aurobindo has a new project on Route 571, just to the east of Old Trenton Road, and it should be right there. So right to my right, this is the elevations for the new Aurobindo site. The project is 567,000 square feet. With the internal space, it's just under 600,000 square feet of usable space. It is anticipated to generate 400 to 500 new jobs, and it is well underway. Aurobindo is a pharmaceutical company. It is India-based, and very exciting project for East Windsor. It is well underway, and it is anticipated to be completed by the summer. So that is obviously tremendous news for us. Aurobindo rates a B because in addition to the new complex that you see, Aurobindo was very positive about East Windsor, and they had an opportunity to purchase the adjacent Pat Center building. If you're familiar with that building, it is also same area. The building itself, the Pat Center building, was designed back in 1982. Construction began in 1983, and it was designed by Sir Richard Rogers, well-known British architect. And basically, it rejects the idea of the basic frame structure that you see on buildings. And they have an A-mast that holds the building up. The various mechanical systems are strewn across the roof by way of that A-frame, so that basically it appears as if you have an inside-out building. And what it also does is, because the mechanical systems are held in that fashion, inside the building there's a lot more flexibility and fluidness in terms of the use of the space. So it's a real engineering feat, makes a real statement. Aurobindo has purchased that property, and they have moved their entire administrative staff into the building, 110 employees. They have been in there since the beginning of the year, working hard, and so they get two big pluses in terms of the town. That's a tremendous location for us and a great company. Number four. So number four is Gateway Twin Rivers. Should be right here, I hope. Gateway Twin Rivers. This is also a new major project, about 410,000 square feet. It is located on Milford Road, right across from one of our premier companies, Conair Corporation. They have broken ground, and they are proceeding, and as you can see, They have a very handsome building that they are putting up in East Windsor. It is on about 28 acres. It's a Class A building. And again, another big in our top 21. Number five is Shiseido. Shiseido, for those of you who are not familiar, is a global cosmetics and skincare company. They are actually the third largest in the world. They are Japanese based. They have a major facility in our community, and they are currently in an expansion mode. They're adding an additional 75,000 square feet of space to bring their footprint to 311,000 square feet. What is significant in that is that they are relocating their Dablin operations in Monroe to East Windsor, the operations and the employees, which will likely result in a doubling of the employees here on the East Windsor facility. And the other thing that is very, very exciting is that they Shiseido unveiled earlier this year their America's Innovation Center here in East Windsor. It will more than triple the research and development that occurs in that facility, and it gives us a global status of great significance with the company, and very exciting development for East Windsor. Number 6 on the top 21 is the Javion expansion. Javion is another pharma company. As you can hear, we have a lot of life science pharma companies here in East Windsor. It's become a major attraction for the town. We're thrilled about it, and we've made ourselves part of the Einstein's Alley vision, and so we've been very proactive about soliciting and supporting those types of businesses. So Javion is located on Lake Drive, which is in the area of the New Jersey Turnpike. They are a Portuguese-based pharma company, and they are adding 28,000 square feet to their existing 24,000 square feet, so they are more than doubling their space. They expect to add 60 employees to their existing 50-employee workforce, again, more than doubling their workforce, and they will be doubling their drug production here in our area, their capacity, so as to meet their existing and future customers. Number 7 on the top 21, 4-Dose Pharma, which is right to my left. 4-Dose moved into the former Labby Farm building at 571 and 1 Mile Road. There are actually 3 existing buildings here right now, totaling over 52,000 square feet. They are in the process of doing renovations and some minor expansion to the site so that they can bring in first-rate, state-of-the-art equipment and continue to grow their business here in East Windsor Township. Number 8 on the top 21 is Novidium Pharmaceuticals. They are also located on Lake Drive, and they have moved into an existing 45,000 square foot building. They relocated from a small facility in South Plainfield. They are a new startup pharma company, but conducted or run by very long-time industry professionals, and clearly very active and competent in their field. They started up with 46 employees, and they have plans to grow an additional 100 employees each of the successive years. And so kudos to them, and we're thrilled to have them here. Number 9 on the list is the Galleria at East Windsor. It is a new retail center that is located on Route 33 in the Twin Rivers area, almost on the border with Monroe Township. It is a 24,000 square foot retail center, and at this point they have 9 new stores. They are very new, and yet they have 9 new stores already in the space, and my understanding is they have 1 available space left. They've got restaurants and service places, so again, very exciting. I think it speaks to the attraction of this location. Number 10 on the top 21 is the Shops at East Windsor. As another new retail center, it's located on Route 130, just north of Maple Stream Road, and actually that's where the Sherwin-Williams paint, so give a hand and thank you to our sponsor. They have a number of other new stores there that they have already announced. They've got actually 8 new stores that they have already announced going into that new center to join with Sherwin-Williams. And so they're already moving ahead very successfully, and it's a very, very attractive new addition to the town. Number 11 is the Lightbridge Academy. They have a 10,000 square foot new child care facility. It is located on Route 130 North at Old Cranberry Road. And of course, they are a well-known franchise company. They franchised in 2011, and they have over 70 child care centers throughout the Mid-Atlantic states, and we're pleased to have their facility here. Number 12 on the top 21 is the Carduner Center, which is located at the intersection of 130 and 571. They make the list because they have successfully added at least 6 new stores over this recent year to fill in spaces there, including restaurants. The Cakewalk Bakery is one of the ones there that I know has been very popular, as well as other service agencies in their space. So very excited about that. Number 13 on the top 21 is the Central State Health Pavilion Associates and Immediate Care Medical Walk-In of East Windsor. They are located in the East Windsor Town Center Plaza. It's on also 130 northbound. It's the ShopRite movie theater. So they are located on the southern end, right next to the movie theater. It's about a 15,000 square foot facility. We are excited about that. They address a recognized local medical need to give people a place to go in conveniently for non-threatening medical needs, as well as the support of an ongoing practice of primary physicians. And we're also very excited about the relationship that it provides for East Windsor with Central State Healthcare Systems, which is certainly one of the premier in the state. I know their hospital got a grade A, and the CEO and President, John Gribben, has been in our town multiple times, including to receive one of our business awards this past year. Number 14 is Petco, which is going into the Windsor Center, which is the renovated center at 130 and 571. They are taking almost 16,000 square feet in that center. It's great to have them. We don't have a use of that kind locally, but what's also exciting about it is it is a well-known national retail, and those kinds of stores are very careful when they make decisions to locate. So it says something really good about East Windsor, that we are attracting stores of that kind that are taking large spaces like that. 15 on the list is the East Windsor Village, that is often called the Target Shopping Center. We have had the good fortune, Battel's grocery store has moved in there, and they are doing bang-up business. We have a remaining 31,000 square feet. I was hoping I could make an announcement today, but I cannot. But I do expect an announcement very soon for, again, another national retail store, that major one that will go into the remaining space, and again speaks volumes about East Windsor as a great community for business. 16 is the Seasons at East Windsor. So this is a 3-story, 89,000 square foot assisted living facility, 120-bed assisted living facility. I wish we had a color rendering because it's really a magnificent looking place. It is on Route 571 on about 3 acres. They are moving forward. They have almost all of their items in place. We're waiting on a couple more, and we are hopeful that they will be in the ground very shortly. Number 17, and I know we have representatives here, the Woods at East Windsor. This is a senior living facility, apartment complex on Landing Boulevard, developed by Sterling Homes. It's a 3-building, 3-story, 86 units. And you can see the colorized facade right there, and a further layout of one of the buildings just to its right across. They are close to complete in terms of the construction, and they have many residents that begin to occupy, and they certainly did a very handsome and very professional job in constructing that facility, and kudos to them. And it's in an area where we have other related senior uses. So that's how we do like to plan when it's possible, and that is our reputation. Number 18, the Jewish Community Center, Princeton, Mercer Bucks, and Abrams Camps, has located here to East Windsor. They have taken over a significant sized property on Cedarville Road. We are very excited by their presence in East Windsor. They opened their camps last summer, and we expect there to be significant growth, and we value their finding this a good home for their community activities and all of their youth activities, and this will be a very big plus in attracting people to our area. Number 19, we have a new self-storage facility that has been approved on 1 Mile Road. It's a farm-looking appearance, and it's about 77,268 square feet, 10 buildings on 7 acres. So the facility will certainly serve all of the other business and residential facilities here in East Windsor Township. Number 20 on the list is our police court solar array. We are very excited about that. We turned on in January a new project that we had constructed. The land was donated by McGraw-Hill, and they're now called S&P Global. And the solar array is just to the rear of the police court building. It generates basically 100% of the necessary energy for the facility, and since it's a 24/7 facility, obviously it is a very big plus for us, both in being sustainable and also in saving a chunk of money. Over the term of the 15-year power purchase agreement, we will experience a savings of approximately $530,000 for the town. So again, it's another way that we can help control our budget and keep our taxes flat. And 21 on the list, I couldn't be talking about East Windsor without mentioning our phenomenal senior center. We have experienced unprecedented growth over the last year in the use of the center. As you might imagine, it's both a blessing and maybe not, because it is certainly taxing our ability to provide enough programs and enough space, but it's tremendous because the facility has become a real community center for our seniors, and we are so happy and so gratified by the really wonderful use that they find there, stimulating programs, great recreation, friends, and really another place to call their home. And we are very, very hopeful that this year we will be receiving news of a new community bus to help supplement our senior programs through New Jersey Transit. So that's the top 21. I made it 21 because I really could continue. We have a lot of other things going on, and just quickly, as we go into the next year, the last two panels over there are the plans by the Americana to construct a new building. We're hopeful that will go forward. It is a partner with something that we are waiting to try to bring to East Windsor, so that would be a plus for us. Parker Memorial Homes has a 50-acre property in East Windsor, and I know they will be working on and presenting their strategic plan in June, which will include movement on that site. The Promenade is another major project that is currently being reviewed on Route 33 toward the border with Monroe. The former Beacon Chevrolet has owners, and we are hoping we can get something moving there. And in the area of the New Jersey Turnpike on Wyckoff Mills Road, as well as Milford Road and Lake Drive, we have lots of different projects that are in discussion right now that we also anticipate you will see moving forward in the coming year. So lots to talk about and lots going on. One of the things I have to say, we're really proud of our municipal government in East Windsor. We're proud of the fiscal responsibility that we have always been able to demonstrate. And we are really excited with the variety of projects, and they are really consistent with the plan that the town set out. And one of the things we really are proud to be able to say is, we have master plans that we develop as communities, And during some of the less exciting years, I will honestly tell you, maybe some of you were the people who came to me and tried to convince me to do something else on some of our property, and maybe I wouldn't quite go there because I felt we had a good plan in place, and as time went on, we were going to be able to realize it. And so it's really exciting right now to see all of these things going forward, to see them going forward in accordance with the plan that we set out in the places that they should be going forward. And the diversity. We have retail, we have small businesses, we have corporate facilities here in our community, as well as some of these huge projects. And I don't think there are a lot of towns that can boast of such a healthy mix of business within the borders of their community. So I want to thank all of you for the parts that you have played in our success. I want to thank our members of the governing body, our council members, who are always great partners to me in all of our successes. We work closely together, and I listened to some of my mayor colleagues. I was just at a conference last week, and that is part of their dialogue, and it's kind of nice that I never have to talk about the difficulties that I have in working with my council or in their demeanor. They're all professional, hardworking, and caring individuals, and have been a tremendous team to work with and be able to try to provide leadership here in the community. I want to thank all of you. You're an important part of our business community, of course, and also for the generous corporate spirit that many of you have shown in our recent years. Many of the things that we are able to do and the programs that we're able to present for our residents, for our seniors, for our children, are because of your partnerships and your willingness to generously help support us. The other comment that I do want to make, I wanted to focus on my 21, and they are primarily business and some major residential and healthcare progress. But one of the things that has always been important to us when I talk about the balance and the master plan is we are passionate about our environment. I didn't speak so much about that, but we have many programs. We have preserved a large part of East Windsor for open space, for farmland preservation. We recognize the need for a balance in planning and in overseeing a community. We think that we have done that, and I am proud to come before you today to talk about the state of East Windsor Township. The state of East Windsor Township, as I indicated, is booming, financially very strong, very exciting, and very caring, and very sustainable oriented in terms of all of the things that we do. So we have a great future, a great present, and I want to thank again all of our partners, both in local office and business, who have helped us reach this point, and who I know will continue to support us as we move forward to make East Windsor always a better and better community. So thank you so much for having me today.